going to quickly demonstrate how the Atom Queue connector can be configured. So basically, the Atom Queue connector can send and receive messages from an Atom message queue, basically. And this connector supports both point-to-point and publish or subscribe messaging. So that's the capability of this connector. And whenever we deploy a Atom Queue connector, it does not affect the license count that we have on our account. Okay, and because of which we can be using this connector and deploying it, multiple times on different atoms and environments without it affecting the license count. So let me quickly share my screen to demonstrate what my current configuration looks like. Okay, so this is a process that I have created. I just have another process call where it's doing something very basic. So yeah, I have a test Atom Queue. I mean, it's a test message 1 2 3. It's supposed to be loading this into the Atom Queue, and that's mostly it. Okay, so coming back to the process. So when I look into the connection, I have it established. It's just a new queue, very default. I have just selected point to point, and the queue name is test. Okay, so when I come back to the process, I have provided this as a listen. So you can also have get and listen are the only two options on this connector. And I have an operation configured. I have just selected maximum concurrent executions to be 5. If you see, the current configuration is pretty straightforward. There's nothing much going on here. So let me also demonstrate. I will go to the Atom management. It is currently deployed to the test. So I will delete the queue so that we can see this over again. So if you, in the connection itself, it was named as test the queue with a point to point. That's what it is showing up here. Okay. So let me quickly refresh. So there is no queue right now. When I go to the build tab, so this is my connection. This is the listener process. What I'm going to do is create a deployed. Currently, it already has some deployments. So I'm just going to redeploy the same process. So here I'm going to select the test environment. You can select whatever environment you want to deploy it to. And I'm just going to review it. And this is going to be the third deployment. So I'm just going to deploy it. Okay. And we can close this, go to the Atom management. And in the test Atom, I'm going to show you how the queue has now showed up here. It should be having, yeah, see the test point to point messages with 0, dead letter 0. Currently, there's nothing going on in the process that I have built out, but every time there is going to be a message in the second process from here, basically a test 1 2 3, what I'm sending out here would be listened to, and it will be showing up in the process reporting. This connector does not use any licenses. So now that I have deployed it, we can go to my license count and see that there is nothing being used. I just have another deployment for an email connector, but this did not consume anything. Thank you.